Hi guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. I'm in profit on WMB. Good job. Um, Good job. It was sold at market once the price of the main asset um, reached reached the target. Um, and uh, and uh, and yeah, I'm happy. What else can I say? Oops. I'm happy. Dun, 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 dun. Good job. Good job. Let me log in it. What can be better than wake up to the notice from your broker that your trade has been executed? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a very comforting feeling. Boom, boom. I think it's perfect. Target reached. That's all I can say. As for further developments, it's 2.5. Still in a good place on annual, on monthly, on daily. We don't need to limit ourselves by 0.5 here, really. Um, was there potential to hold it longer? There was. Up to where? Up to here? Or up to here? Didn't know. Um, is this kind of like volumes here? No. I can continue to consider it short, but for now it's done. Done and gone. Yeah, technically up to here, but it's also like keep in mind I'm not holding shares, it was a put. Um, and even if I was shorting, it would accumulate charges every day. Just because of how short works. Wow. Look at oil. Tries to regain its grounds. Uh, that's an interesting place indeed. And transition extreme was here though. Um, but for After a test, after a test. Yeah, that's strong for all I care. Spy fell to 0.5 and recovers from there. Yeah, and it's balanced. I don't have to limit myself with 0.5. It's better. It's always better to check 0.5, but I wouldn't much trust this correction. It's the last hour of the day. You know how it goes. Ooh, ooh. Hey, see, this didn't work at all. That's why we need a test on aggressive trades and counter trend trades because it didn't hold at all. It's actually qualifies for 1 bar rule. And then this was, and even this wasn't. So really, um, this is our 1 bar rule transition extremum. So now it doesn't look sexy at all, right? Does it? Boom. We're back to square one. And if you're breaking this guy, ooh, we can go lower. Fjord. It's interesting because this was a test level and it went there today. Wait. Um, 10:30. Weird. Oh, I see now. Look what it did. I sold yesterday here, and this is absolutely unvolumed. Absolutely unvolumed. Good place on hourly. And that was absolutely unvolumed. Yeah. I'm like super skeptical after of all these volumes. So I sold 1/3 of the position. Look at this volume. And it's all down here. That's a weird spring. It's a spring and then test gives you a bit more volume, so wouldn't trust it either. All in all, I think that's a very weird volume that didn't go anywhere. Guild goes lower, gives us this like um and this is 1 bar roll. I can see it from here. Um is my naked eye. Huh. This guy though. Huh. Okay. Um yeah, it didn't give me like a proper, as it normally does not do in the places like that when like 3 time frames aligned, 4 at the moment, at this moment. So I think that was a good trade all in all. Intel. Intel is just bebopping around. We call it sawing the deposits. That was interesting. What can you do? I don't see the volume as of now. It looks like it's gonna just go higher. That was inside candle though. We need a close manipulation signal anyways. Boom, that would have worked. I didn't take this trade. Um, didn't take any of this. Still high, so like would have to use calls probably. I could have been in profit. And volume spring. And now this weirdo. Oh, yeah, should have bought calls. Um, yeah, I think this was a trade. Um, spring 0.5. Yeah. This looks weird, of course, and the spring is unvolumed. But it was end of the day too. I think profit is before the mm, hourly level, so I think that would be all right. So many things, right? Um, so many things. Oops, sorry. Well, actually, we would need like 0.5 to see how far mm, below it is. I think that would be. But it's before day. Oh yeah, and we have this test level, so uh, maybe something on 5 minutes. The problem is there is that the 5 minutes is more. Oh, the correction has more volume than the main um, impulse. Change direction down here, and then it went down, and then nothing, right? Pretty much. Um, what am I looking for here again? Oops. Yeah, we're in this range now. DD. This is not good for it's continuation, meaning short. Meaning short. Okay. I think like I think that Russian markets lack liquidity. That's why they're like so naive in these volumes. So obvious. And to it's like almost like monopolize. It's like free market. This is not free. Um yeah, that was a nice. Yeah, that's what we are on Polus Zolota. It's like a gold Russian effective monopolist. Moscow exchange grinds lower. Yep, that's where we are. No, we don't need you. And this was our transition extreme unvolumed, and then volume spring test. Well, yeah, technically. Oh god. Oh god. This volume overlaps any, yeah. So technically, practically, I don't think it's a good idea. Practically, I don't think it's a good idea. And this volume is not the biggest. Well, that wasn't bad. Or at least expecting it to come retest this level, just because there was no volume in this 2-1 whatsoever. Yeah, no, like that definitely needs, you know, no way. ADP. That needs to come to levels. Knee. The test broke the level. This test, I mean. No. You're somewhere here in this vicinity. Yeah. That's our transitioning show. Slightly volumed. um, Citigroup. Well, that was wild. It's like down, and that was on volume, so it was like earnings, but Russian stocks don't publish their earnings anymore. Wartime economy, which is the enemy. Can use it. I remember I was at this Jewish symposium, Let My People Go movement, when American Jews were fighting for the right of Soviet Jews to leave, to immigrate. Like one of the Soviet Jews was like giving an interview how he was trying to get an exit visa. Soviet Union was the place that required an exit visa to leave the country. So he went to so-called first department, so KGB, and they tell him like, we can't let you out. And he goes, why? And they go, because you possess a top secret, top government secret. He goes like, what secrets? I work in television. We're like 15 years behind America. And the KGB goes, yeah, that's the secret. I think it's so good. Well, I mean, it wasn't funny for him for sure, because then he was fired from all his work as a scientist and had to sweep the streets and work as a janitor to make a living, um, while fighting for his right to leave for Israel. He ended up in the United States though, but they were all leaving for Israel. But yeah, um, I see Luckwell didn't go eventually. But yeah, the top secret was the fact that Soviet Union is 15 years behind United States in technology, in media technology. I find it hilarious, to be honest with you. I don't know, like it's like that's why I think Soviet Union lost, because I don't know, Soviets were just like too naive. Uh, and there was a good side to it, and there's definitely a bad side to it. I don't know what this monster level does here. It does not belong here at all. I think I just moved it by accident or so. That's the secret. Hmm. This higher by tick, yeah. Um, Actually, it looks more as if it's still a level. You know what I mean? And then this whole thing um, starts to look differently, doesn't it? And then the whole thing starts looking differently. It's still a balance, but yeah. Um, and then no wonder it wants to go lower. Look what the rally though, Luke Oil did from 98, from 25 to 8,000. Well, ruble went to from 20, you need to divide it by 5 and still in well, it's quarter century though, 25 years. Anywho, that's the secret. And he was giving interview. He was like, he's so open in there, in all the good ways. He's like, but I'm asking him, what secret are you talking about? We're 15 years behind America. He looks at me and says, that's the secret. And I met the guy, by the way, in person. They wrote a play about them, Lev of Leningrad. I was considering staging it. It's a great piece. I just don't have time for this anymore. Uh, Theater is my soul, but movie is my wallet. This Dubai Spring was a regular, so we would need to see a test to it for sure. It's aggressive and irregular. Booms, look at this though. There was a beautiful point five. There's a beautiful entry on. Um, oops. On on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Look at this beauty. I already see what happened there. A freaking test. And those volumes are like too good to be true, don't you think? Like when you have a volume like it's just like it's not even by the book. I don't know what it is. Yeah, this piece of work had to go lower on test. And then volume spring, and then unvolumed manipulation that could be immutable. So yeah, that could have been an entry for us. They really could have. Because there is a volume on reaction bar. There's volume here, volume in reaction bar, and then there's a test, and this up thrust is on volume, so I wouldn't be much concerned about it. And then quick, nice, sweet, and short to R. Yeah, that was the game. Yep, right there. And now it's up in the skies. And daily wasn't terrible. It's a little low. And there's a bigger volume in our phase, but very quick 5 minute trade. Why not? None of this looks good. It's consolidating. Yeah, too much of a volume on correction. It's a balance. What can you do? And volume is up there. Yeah, and volume distribution on 5 minutes confirms our worst suspicions. I think Netflix yells in our face not to touch it. Long, I mean, of course. You'll see about short. Yeah, no. It's like, don't touch me. Strengths, more strengths. That needed to test. And then it goes down. No, don't touch Netflix. Don't touch Netflix. Give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. Uh, GM. Ooh, interesting. And GM is good in continuation of the trend. But I think it's gone. It's a balance. It's there. I think it's worth buying a put. Yep. I think it's worth buying a put. I think it's worth buying a put. Yep. Yep. It's a test right now. Not even a put. It's can even qualify for just a short trade. Yep. If it up thrusts me here, that would be beautiful. We went deep into the neutral zone, but considering the circumstance, I think that's it. I think that's the considering where we are on monthly daily. Um, it's balance. It's a reaction bar. Well, it looks like it's gonna break in 8 days, but doesn't matter. Just don't have 11 on daily, but we're in a balance on hourly, so just need an up thrust. I think it's good for a short trade. We have all this volume, but it doesn't matter because there's no daily level to bypass the hourly, but they're good at least up to the hour. Just need the how much can I? So it's 6.5%. 67.5 to 67.83. Uh, 67.5 less 60. I don't think I need to test on this one. Hmm. It's kind of a strong approach. Might use a test, but waiting for a test. Well, at least I can. Yeah, that would need a test for sure now. I can wipe out. Yeah, the very least I can do is to buy a put, which I did. Uh, I'm in for a put for 491, and while the price was 67, 67, 67, 67. It's 23rd. I bought a put for March 20th. Yeah, this will need a test. Let's start describing our trade though. Counter trend, long balance. Expanding, expanding volume. Uh, Creek. Resistance. It's level. Yeah. It's General Motors counter trend. Months is counter trend. Long impulse on volume T1, it's true. Resistance zone, volume manipulation bar. Volume distribution is long. Um, Volume reaction bar looks for break. Looks for break. It's counter trend on monthly. On daily, it's counter trend trade. It's a long impulse control zone. Something that I think is an exhaustion volume question mark. Or what? It's counter trend on daily. On hourly, it's aggressive trend trade, counter trend trade. Counter. Yeah, went down. Not Mercedes. It's a long impulse balance. Um, it's it's unvolumed unvolumed expanding rake rake. Volumed upthrust. It's a counter trend trade. Counter trend trade. Yeah, and it's conservative counter trend trade. It's a short impulse. It's a T1 level, T2 level. I think it's good T2 level. It's the resistance level. Uh, it's the biggest volume upthrust. It's the biggest volume upthrust. I think we're good to buy after this portfolio. GM. Should sell. after this bar. Yeah. Yeah. Resistance level, it's a volume bar up thrust. Is it? We need a weak test. I think we can start buying. Huh. I can short it. Um, we are in for 76, 54. So our mm, so stop loss 67.83, profit 66.96. 66.96. Oh yeah, 66.96. 27.83. Okay. Um, yes. A little bit of premature entry. Oh, and by the way, we can yeah, that's a test. That's a weak test that's going on right now. Netflix. Forget about Netflix. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Test continues. You have a little bump of volume here in this volume zone. Yeah. It broke this level on 1 minute. So that would be our maybe more puts as well. Well, I'm trying to max out on. You know what I mean? Maybe I should just buy more puts. Why am I so fixated on? Maybe I'm better off just doing puts. Let's not touch it because we already have an entry here. Because yeah, with puts we can wait forever, and it can also break it and go higher. But also puts are more secure in terms of they give me more like mm, safety. Yeah, they definitely give me more safety. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, this can go wiggle me out and then go back my direction. Maybe I just need more puts in my life. Maybe I just need more puts in my life. That was steep. I for sure needed a test. I think I'm about to learn the benefit of test of put. It's okay. I opened only 10% of the position, afraid that it's just gonna go here. See if it stops me out, that's okay. And it's gonna be my first real stop in 2025. Yeah. Where were we? Jam. Uh, that's good for short again. Needs the levels. Okay. This is good in continuation of the trend. I don't know why, but I feel way better about puts. I want flower. I feel way better about puts. Okay. Maybe added more. Um, what the heck? We completed the test. Week test. Well, is it week? Well, week test. First selling bar close entry calculated affordable affordable stop loss. Let me buy. GM. Uh, calculated affordable stop loss. Want to risk the reward, take profit. I also bought puts puts at 491 for March 20th. Yep. Conservative. It's enough stress. Minus happened. Let it happen. It, okay. All right. That's our profit. One, two, two. And that's our stop level. Oh, I'm sorry. Mm, that's right. Same here. I'm sorry you're not seeing what I'm doing, but I'm fixing my logbook because the formula for calculating stop loss uh, and take profit for shorts surely has to have this minus sign in front. And I don't have guild for the guild. Let's see the guild real quick. We're the RTKM guild. Yeah, we do have our take profit and stop loss now for guild. It can be. Oh, it's a stop level, that's why. Um, okay. Mm. Oh, this is good. By the way, since we're here, and it's good in continuation of the trend. And it's good in continuation of the trend. And we'll talk about later. So now for GM, we are in the trade. Oh, let's share it with the world, of course, while we can. You come here. GM short 5 minutes day trade. People are afraid of the words. Male are afraid of the words um, day trade and vagina. Those are like two words. Male kind is afraid of. 1 hour. Even though there is absolutely no difference in between day trade, swing, or um, investment trade, except for the fact that facts that day trade is mainly used as an excuse to waste small capital of money to the questionable, doubtful strategies. And for the fact that the longer you trade, the more it's exposed to um, geopolitical changes, news, and whatnot. GM short setup wave VC volume spread analysis Wyckoff uh, support and resistance zones take profit. We have GM. We have some GM. I was doing GM. Perfect. Perfect. Good job. Good job. Netflix goes lower as it should. It's not good for continuation of the trend. Maybe just locally on 5 minutes. Yeah. Maybe locally, maybe on 5 minutes. Same with this guy, right? They're saying it's good in continuation of the trend. Okay. The good question now is how long do we intend to hold GM puts? Now I can like tighten and then touch it. Technically, I should sell them the same. Technically, I should sell them the same. Or else. And there is no It's a balance on hourly, even after it gives me week test, resumption of the sales. But I don't have level on daily. That's the thing. So I should be really satisfied with, yeah, I should really take the profit on puts and everything at the day trade. There's really no context for me. There's really no context on me for me. Positions. Yeah, orders. Yeah, positions. Yeah. So for this guy, we need to sell all puts to cover on the condition that price of the GM stock will reach less or equal to 66.99. Yeah, that's, you guys think, that's all I can. Yeah. And I have a condition. Yeah. Okay. I can tighten. And also, why should I? Okay, okay. I think I'll need to take a break. Um, the heck? Oh, it's Netflix. Um, Interesting. Yep. It shoots up its exhaustion. Now it's eating me up. The fact that I can like tighten my exit. Like this. tighten it like this. Just going crazy. You drive me crazy. And the transitioning Shroud was here, so nothing. Hmm. Um, Nothing here. And we can only work up to 0.5. And this is on volume. This was volume though. Oops. We don't need to limit ourselves in day trade for 2.5, but on the day trade, on the swing for sure, it's only up to here. Yeah, there's nothing here, but we can keep it open. Mm, it's a break technically. That's good in continuation of the trend, rather so. Alright, guys, let's see our gainers and losers. Look, well, yeah, it's doing it. Just middle of nowhere. T-Mobile. Good job. It's gonna be good in continuation of the trend soon, because more likely than not, it's still need to get there, but I think it will. I think it will. Second candle was like inside. That's our previous. Yeah, that would be perfect 0.5. That would be perfect 0.5. Perfect 0.5. Oh my God, no. I'm so wrong. Yeah, there's no previous. There is no previous T2. There's just one T2. Markets are red. Markets are red. What do we have on the opposite side? This guy. Ta-da! I told you reached 0.5 potential here, so I wouldn't be so excited about this. Or really, I should really even like neglect it, I think. Maybe only for something like super short and sweet. We have some green on the market. It's not all gloomy. Telecom Indonesia, look at that. Look at this guy. Potentially one bar roll. Let's see how reaction bar goes. Technically it's the biggest volume, but there's, so I think this is the biggest volume. Yeah, because the bar before that is neutral. And there's a bigger bar actually. Oh, they're equal. And the previous T2 was here, so. Uh, I'm tightening my stop loss take profit just because I'm a huge giant chicken. Just because of who I am. I keep the same on the, I'll keep it same on puts. Because you know puts are more flexible. Okay, so let's I need a break. I think the whole thing will just go down, but I can't do it on hourly. It's just a balance. It's just a counter trend balance. Or that would be an aggressive trade in absolutely nowhere on daily. So if it forms a level, comes here and then. But for now, it's just, it is what it is. But for now, it is what it is. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do my morning exercise. Take care, guys. Trade responsibly. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything.